lot of hard hitters coming out from Mexico for this event here. Shouts to the Mexican community. I think that's a very common thing. You know, SoCal and Mexico being somewhat close. Obviously, Mexico a very huge country, so it's not like right next door. But yeah, that is something that has happened throughout history, especially in Smash 4 and early Ultimate. A lot of Mexico players coming through for SoCal regionals or events. But Ludo starting things off with the Mario here. Already racking up a good amount of damage, but of course Rob has the weight to back it up. Can you finish the stock? That's always the question here. Get up attack, and there's the forward air. What a whiff punish coming out from Ludo. And I mean, even we have a player like Kurama, one of the other strongest Marios in the world here. And even when we think back on the upset versus Akola, we saw a lot of forward airs, right? Something forward air is how Mario survives here in 2025.
Yep. Gotta resume back to your roots. And unfortunately, we'll eat a fair from Rob instead. That kind of shows the potential of how fast these characters can take stocks away from each other, whether it be Mario just kind of getting edge guard and hit off stage, or whether it'll be able to kind of get those hits in. I love the little stall, seeing that the air dodge is going to come in, but you're not going to be triggering a player like Big Boss.
And I like Big Boss going very aggressive off stage for that first stock here. Setting up the gyro, yep. Set it up, go by roll. Ludo just going to take some damage. And honestly, not too bad to get off the ledge here. But now Ludo has taken quite a bit of damage and needs to get back on the stage. It's Big Boss's advantage state looking so strong. The forward smash so close to connecting. That probably would have got the stock.
Yeah.
Strong forward smash.
And that was after Big Boss went for a grab, so it almost extended their arms out into the fireball that was summoned out with that forward smash. But Ludo, unfortunately, won't be able to get the stock, but gets a grab and rewarded. Lots of rage to work with, so the smash attack might be able to take it. And great usage of the burner boost. Boss with a great maneuverability with this Rob, and Mario struggling to pick up this gyro.
Hate when that happens. If you've played this game, we've all been there. Just trying to pick up gyro in tournament, you're like, oh my goodness.
I think it was worse too. Like, you weren't getting it. It was just opposite jab, opposite jab. You're like, Ludo's just like, come on, please. Please, 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 just get into my hands. But Dare utilize another grab that's whiff. No punish just yet, and this grab might be able to kill. Yes, it does. With that much rage at max 1, we'll be able to get it. Now Boss just needs to find some way to clean this up, because Mario with rage is just gone.
Yeah, calling out that double jump. The active back air. I mean, Rob just almost feels like having it all. Ooh, I love that. The reverse up air. Going to get a nice combo string. Not going to be able to get the stock, but 70 damage. Gets the up air as well, sinking down real low, getting the whiff punish off stage whenever players go for aerials to take themselves out of tumble so they have access to fast fall. You want to be there, ready to get the punish, right? Oh, not going to get the jab block. Wow, I mean, maybe Ludo just assuming like, hey, maybe you're going to roll in, right? Trying to go for that next layer. We'll see a lot of Marios even throw jab blocks out in those scenarios just as a check, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately, didn't believe in it and loses out, and potentially that could lead to something else, but Big Boss getting hit up for a lot of options, but boxing it out with that fair, such a reliable move, and Ludo's doing a great job kind of piloting around all these projectiles, realizing that, yeah, Big Boss is close to getting killed out by a smash attack, especially up smash at this percent. Didn't believe it because how plus that nair can be.
Yeah, that like parry up smash definitely would have done the trick if Big Boss buffer shield afterwards. There's the back air, and Ludo playing around this back air burst range, right? Kind of mixing in the threat of back air as well as the reverse up smash. Just the dynamic duo here for Mario.
And just trying to react to it. Don't get discouraged that you haven't finished the edge guard off. All that matters is how you finish. Oh, that could have been something better. Does live. Uses the cape to stall. Has to go up high, and that's a huge missed opportunity. And Ludo definitely kicking himself, and Big Boss takes a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah, and in that situation, Ludo feeling like, okay, I think Big Boss is going to get aggressive, run off stage forward air, and in those situations, you want to pop the up B early just to cover yourself in a hitbox, kind of a coin flip situation there. And I think the tragic part was just the situation before that. I think Ludo had a really great parry, tried to go for the parry down smash, wasn't able to connect it, but yeah, great damage string here.
Man, and then like the little up air. Being able to get so much, and also I think shout outs to Big Boss. That was after a 0 to death at the start, and was able to just kind of claw it on back. Great usage of cutting off those jumps with the fair. Then after that, the game kind of became real close once more. But That's got a sting on Ludo's end. I'm expecting to stay on this Mario. I don't feel like that the Falco will be able to come out there. So we'll see what the adjustments are. Ludo should still, have plenty of faith in themselves, but we're staying on the same exact stage as before on this run back.
Hollow Bastion is the pick here for game number 2, and yeah, I think that's one of the biggest strengths for Big Boss. One of the most resilient players I've ever seen play. Obviously helps when you got a resilient character like Rob, but I think it's a character that's perfect for Big Boss. I think Big Boss can really go ahead and stick to the screen as long as possible per stock, really take advantage of the weight, take advantage of the survivability of Rob. Rob having one of the best recoveries in the game, along with being one of the heavier characters, right, can be very troublesome to deal with.
And right now it's something that Ludo is finding quite annoying, especially from last game, which just couldn't find the stock, that down smash cover in both sides of it. Great bear to try maybe grab it or at least punch the gyro away with the kick, and does so. But trying to stay alive, you're living on borrowed time, Charles.
Yeah, and I love the fact even when Big Boss is up and the opponent is at 160, 170, still not afraid to just throw out these nairs for damage. Eventually, the KO will come, and I feel like Big Boss is a player that doesn't really rush the stock in a sense, so doesn't really put himself in a position where it's like, okay, I extended really hard for the stock, then I get reversaled, get KO'd at a pretty low percent here for Rob.
I thought it was going to be the coolest thing ever, and oh my goodness, the DI was just in time too, even with the full raged Mario, and missing the grab as well, just not big enough, and the lingering hitbox of that bear. This is a really bad situation for Ludo to be in, but actually—
Ooh, the wall jump from the ledge there.
Yeah, fought their way out, and look at this from Boss just fighting it back out, and Ludo thinking, surely he won't do it a third time, but Big Boss, there's a CS3 for a reason.
Hey man, if you got the gas, why not use it? And it's Big Boss utilizing every single resource. Okay, up air.
Okay.
Yeah, punishing Ludo there for DIing in. If you DI away, going to force the forward air here. But wow, I mean, Big Boss really showcasing, hey, I got combo lines for all kinds of different DIs on any different position on a platform here. But Ludo is going to strike back with the back air.
Got caught walking away. Oh, that's going to be a dangerous spike. Thankfully, that Nair, the falling one, is able to break themselves out. But the up tilt finds its mark, so 110% dangerous stuff to be in because you're so vulnerable to all these things just going off stage and just pressuring Ludo to make a mistake. That Nair is so damn good for everything and finishes off with the double arm to the chest.
I believe Big Boss also utilizing the uppy boost tech as well. The burn boost to get into position for that forward air. Big Boss bringing out every single piece of equipment for this set. Got the tech, got everything on deck here. Ludo needs to find an answer. I mean, we saw some of the bigger openers, right, in game number 1, the up air into the forward air. And right now, Big Boss not giving any of those forward air opportunities over to Ludo. Ludo really going to have to find a way to weave it in or just go ahead and out-neutral Big Boss, but it's been so difficult for Ludo to go ahead and do that.
And like a shift in the programming, just started going way more with the gyro play, kind of respecting out with all that pressure, and Ludo trying to go for that ledge trump cape. Such a good option for Mario on the burst, but still alive. You talked about durability. Living that up smash is crazy, and Ludo not happy about that one.
Yeah, even maybe we can get some down air juggles from Ludo. It's still so hard. Big Boss just feels like even in the juggle situations going high with Rob, which is a very common option because of that up. You look at that going all the way to the other side of the stage. Such a difficult character.
No gas though.
To deal with. Yeah, I think the gas is running out. Great snipe with the gyro coming out from Ludo, keeping things close. One stock apiece.
Yep, and Mario is plenty capable of getting these kind of stocks. Doing it earlier, willing to exchange it out and tries to land a get-up attack and using the flood to buy some space. I really like that from Ludo. Comfortable in the corner and lands the down air, able to get a nice little combo sequence. Rob doesn't really have a fast aerial in that aspect and trying to go for more no air dodge. If you're able to land this fair, but Ludo needs to be so careful and instead opting to try to burn off that gas as much as you can. And honestly, this is a really good position to be in, Charles, but finally, Ludo just can't hold on.
There's the down tilt. Not going to have too much intangibility here. Goes for the wall jump, the cross up at least to the other side. So you can maybe get back to the ledge. Does get the double jump back, but it is Big Boss with the gyro in hand. Very aggressive up air. Ludo trying to fight back, trying to find his options, but the gyro is always there.
Oh my God! The gyro can do no wrong. It's Mario versus the gyro at this point.
The gyro is clocked in on this set. No breaks allowed because that gyro was doing so much work on that last stock, man. It was just there every time Big Boss needed a hitbox. And Big Boss, honestly, like even in these like really weird trade moments, is so ready to convert off of it too. So great stuff. And again, even picking up, re-picking up the gyro on the down air just in case.
Yeah, just on top of it. And oh man, imagine the frustration. I got the hit. Oh my god, gyro. I got. Oh my god, the gyro. I got. Oh my god, and now you just got down there. Like
items are very strong in Super Smash Brothers. That is something that has been a part of not every single game, but introduced in Melee. And ever since then, items have always been a very strong force here in Smash.
Especially with the Z dropping, just offers you so many things, and that's the core portion that you can see right here. Even Ice Climber's having that weird little tech where Nana can grab an item instead, so it offers a lot more. And hopping back onto the stage, it just seems like, you know, MkBigBoss's X Factor has just been able to eke out, and we saw it in full effect right there on that last game. Let's see what Ludo can do, try to make it on back, because they show signs of life. This is not a complete shutout. It's a very tight knitted 3-0. It's just that Big Boss is just on a different level right now.
Oh, not going to go for the forwarder there. Maybe Big Boss not far enough away from the ledge because Rob can DI in, go for the tech. Ludo going for the big fair off stage. And I think for Mario in this matchup, yes. For Mario in this matchup, you really want to play the corner situations really well on your ledge traps, because that's where you can get Rob in a situation where it's like, hey, I can take your stock at 50, right?
And this is huge amount of damage. Needs to be careful. Great usage of the up tilt as a little anti-air punch, showing signs of how good it was back in the previous title, but trying to make it on back. Nice play by Ludo to maneuver on back into the stage. You get rewarded by being back, but there we go. Okay. Optimal DI and utilizing the foot I talked about earlier to push that gyro away, but can you escape from this one? I think so, Charles.
Very impressive DI. The up air looking pretty stale here. There's no double jump here on Mario. The air dodge gets forced from the gyro. Tech chase situation. He's going to get the up tilt. Here's the combo extender. Do you get the cross up? Yes, you do. That's the only other way Mario can really take stocks early, if you get the downer set up there and you get the cross up on top of that.
Just got to have to guess with the 50-50. And if you're Rob, you can't complain, because you can literally do the same thing with your own up air.
Yes, Rob does it too.
And it's like, oh man, so this is how it feels. I'm not liking this one too much, but I'm a little nervous because at the same time, we've seen, you know, Big Boss lose stocks early and just immediately claws it back, but this is a huge opportunity with a huge ladder combo, and that should
no way.
Not kill, yeah.
Yeah, I think in that situation, you can gamble. You can take the safe damage and go for the up B, or you can gamble and try to go for the down air setup, right? The only thing with the down air is you don't get a free extender. Like, up B is an extender without double jump, but you need to utilize down air with double jump.
With the jump, yeah.
Uh-oh. Speaking of no jump, okay, able to get back to the stage here. Ludo, I mean, you still have to respect Big Boss in this situation, is very capable of bringing it back. Also, Rob just has those scenarios where you can get those 0 to deaths with the gyro into the rotor arms, right? Always got to be careful of that. Is able to get the down smash, normal tech, into the mash here for Big Boss.
And good usage of the fireball as well. Tech situation, get off the top, get off me. As Big Boss staying alive, but finally plants the 2 boots to the face. Ludo on the board. And honestly, I think the biggest part about it is not only just getting that early stock, but how well they're able to pilot themselves in disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think Ludo, again, getting 2 really big check marks, right? You got the up air fair right at the edge. Very important. You probably want to get at least one of those per game if you want to be in a really good position against Rob. And then on top of that, that platform extension into the down air DI mix.
Yes.
Off the top for the second stock, and then was able to play that third stock. See, it's like, it's crazy because when you don't get those 2 things, it just feels like Big Boss is so good at playing around up smash. Like, if Ludo's not getting a DI cross up on down air or a up air fair, it just feels like Big Boss gets to 150 plus every time.
Yeah, and the closest that we got to it was where we're like, oh, there's a potential situation for a jab lock. But Ludo instead just thought the roll in was going to happen. So the core aspects, we see you've established the game plan, and we've seen what Ludo can do to execute upon it. We're going to see what the counterplay is on Big Boss's end, because I'm going to be real, it's not over, and it's a very difficult because you still are on match point for Big Boss.
And don't get it twisted here. Like, obviously the weight Rob has. Oh, this is another forward air, but Battlefield, this is an amazing counter pick from Big Boss, because the bottom blast zone of Battlefield is actually one of the bigger ones of the legal stages, right? So that forward air combo would have got the KO on most other stages, but Battlefield has such a large bottom area on the blast zone that Big Boss is going to survive longer against these fair setups.
Yeah, and why not get better of both worlds when you can get that Battlefield setup without the triplats that Mario just loves to get?
Yeah, and then I thought it was Battlefield. We are actually on small Battlefield, but you also small Battlefield is also the same bottom blast zone, I believe.
I caught it. I think it was a perfect. You're just like, why not have best of both worlds, where you can just survive it out there, and you don't have to get ladder where up B will for sure kill, and instead look at this huge lead Ludo has established, and my goodness, going right through the fireball. It's not the same as gyro. I'm sorry, Mario. We can't all be blessed in this world with this kind of projectile and fights out with that nerf desperately. We'll see what Big Boss can try to do with the survive, but they've been playing so well when they get sent off stage, but gets called out.
Yeah, I think Big Boss really liking that option. I think it's a very common option for most Ultimate characters if you have a really good falling aerial, which most meta characters do. Just going for that ledge jump, right? And then after the ledge jump, cranking something like a neutral air. Oh, there's a cape. What a defense. What a way to get back on the stage. 139%. There's the nair, not opting for the forward air. Seeing what happened on the last stock here and just getting that damage. It's Ludo really extending this lead.
Honestly, I think the fair might have killed, which is why Big Boss was just hard DIing out to avoid being able to get that fast fall up air. And great defensive play by Ludo. It's being amplified, and having the gyro in hand, knows exactly what to do with it with the Z drops, but nice little delayed down air. Able to strike themselves out, but 162. This is the highest I've really seen Ludo being able to survive. And charges it up! Headbutt directly to the body, and MKBigBoss in a huge disadvantageous position, and Ludo. This is huge, Charles.
And I like the charge. Maybe Ludo thinking, hey, I can maybe cover a spot dodge. Ends up getting the whiff punish, but it is Big Boss getting the up throw. And we talked about it earlier. It was so hard for Ludo to find these up smash KOs at the standard quote-unquote KO percents, right? But now Ludo is able to get these up smashes. And, I mean, looking in a prime position for this Game 5. We'll see if Big Boss can get a really good string here, these down tilts. It is lower percent here, so Big Boss didn't string together too much stuff, but was able to get really good 1 to 2 hit combos and get a lot of damage off these scrambles.
And I love Ludo using the down just to force their way in at the timer that the gyro can come out, because you can hopefully catch it. This is a huge opener. It gets it off as well, Ludo! But this is the curse of those small Battlefield. Being able to get it, but you got so much damage off it. I just hope it just doesn't bite Ludo back when Rob can make these huge comebacks happen.
Okay, saves the double jump, goes for the directional air dodge.
That's gonna be huge.
Okay, still on stage here is Ludo, but Big Boss able to find their way on stage as well. Gets the air dodge to avoid the neutral air here. The up throw not gonna be enough. You need that platform assist here, using the fireball to push the gyro away as well as the up special, but still getting smacked up here. 162%. Ludo really making the stock count, and I love the wall jump from the ledge here. Ludo has utilized that multiple times throughout this set, but here's the platform extension that Big Boss is going to need for the stock. The down air still not enough though, 120.
Yeah, now you got to be, Ludo knows there's only one way that Big Boss can make it happen. Well, there's two. One's the hard way, and one's the really terrifying burst option where Rob can just get you on the 0 to with the gyro in hand, and it's exactly what's being fished for right now.
Yes. The main thing to get the 0 to death with Rob is you want to go ahead and but it doesn't even matter. Ludo with the gyro connecting it into the up smash. Very, very smart coming out from Ludo. Now getting this reverse 3-0 online.
I love it. You got to smile after that.
Ooh,
that was slick.
That was nice. That was slick item control coming out from Ludo. And, I mean, it was still looking scary. We saw Big Boss going for those nairs, right? Getting that, going for the Z drop and getting the trade immediately into the up smash. And we even saw Big Boss utilizing some of those tactics earlier in game number 2, getting these weird trades, but then after the gyro trade, you have so much frame advantage because your opponent did get hit by the gyro. You just got to be quick with it when it comes for the follow-ups.
Rob's literally saying, so this is how it feels when people use this gyro, able to get so much off of it. I'm curious what the plan is for the stage pick. But if you're a Big Boss, you're in his corner. Like, what are you saying right now to prevent this reverse 3-0 from happening?
I think small Battlefield is fine. I think small Battlefield served the purpose that Big Boss wanted to. There was 2 occasions where the fair did not get the KO. So technically saved 2 stocks here. See if we run it back to small Battlefield. No, it's going to be Hollow Bastion. I mean, and to be fair, Big Boss performed very well on this stage. So run it back to the stage that you just felt comfortable on, right?
Yeah. Why not? And Comfort might be one of your best friends in a stressful environment where your opponent, you just had it. You're like, wow, I was so consistent on it. I got this in the bag with a 2-0, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, they got lucky with the third game. That's unfortunate. And then the reverse 3-0 starts quickly becoming a reality. But still, I'm loving this DI. Saying, you're not going to try to get this fair on me. I'm a hard DI out. I'll take this damage and exchange it out, but oh my goodness.
Oh, tried to get the reset. If you get that rising up air from that platform, Ludo can then go into the double jump down air, and that might have been the KO even without the DI mix here. There's going to be certain scenarios that Ludo can set up for. Does get the gyro here. Going to have that ranged defense. Ooh, that fireball I thought was going to connect on the normal getup, but Rob just being out of range.
Great grab as well on Ludo. Perfect jump. That was like FGC fundamentals jumping off for that projectile. And here comes the up air, but Ludo unperturbed. Great usage of the burst with that slide. Now all of a sudden, Big Boss recovering high. You just got to be careful not to get clipped by like a rising down air.
Underneath, tries to get under the platform, utilizes the cage to charge. And it's just like that. Big Boss utilizing the gyro in front with the charge forward smash. Doesn't get the gyro hit into the forward smash, but nonetheless still connects that forward smash with the charge and has a fantastic lead for this game 5. 148%. Really want to make it last as long as possible. Able to get the grab. Oh man, that's a scary Nair to see connect. But Ludo's able to get the air dodge pass. Nair at the ledge usually goes right into the rotor arms or just any kind of forward air into edge guard, right?
And oh my goodness, here comes the gyro insurance. The one that frustrated Ludo the most on that second game and lends into the ground. But once again, being thrown out. Great smash out by Ludo, but all these options are being stiffed out there, and it all started off with being in the worst position possible, which is Rob, in between Rob and gyro. And finally the down air does connect, but no stock just yet. Surely this one will do it.
Even with no cross-up, Rob will be at high enough percent. But you're off stage here. The gyro does tack in a little bit of damage, but great positioning coming out from Big Boss. Not much Ludo could have done there.
Yeah, and gets a jab block afterwards. No! Not able to do so. I don't think you realized that you got 2 hits in, but that's a weird little air dodge. I'm not sure what Ludo can get really much off of it, but be able to burn even more gas before you can touch the ground. Maybe you can get a miracle, but that's a huge up air to connect, but can't get much off of that one, Charles.
The up tilt does connect. In a pretty sticky spot here, the down air for Ludo. Or not going to connect onto Ludo here. Now Ludo does have center stage, is going to get a bit more damage tacked on. And I mean, honestly, Big Boss still looking like, wow. I was going to say Big Boss not even near KO percent, but Ludo just flipping the script there, getting the gyro and connecting into the hardest smash attack he can get in terms of knockback. It's going to be that forward smash here. Turning things around, and the damage comes easy onto Rob, but it's just getting that stock. Ludo just completely bringing this back and even swinging the damage into his favor.
You can feel the panic settle in when all those up airs started landing left and right. Great tech timer, but gets hit up with the gyro. Ludo's got to be careful. You have the momentum running in your way, but Big Boss is still an ongoing threat. Here comes the patience on the right side of that stage. Great Nair out of shield, and now the pressure continues on. Lands the down tilt, but can't get the follow-up afterwards. But look at this boxing. Now it's going to be Big Boss trapped in this corner. Missed the grab.
So close. And I mean, the corner situations are so important, but the back air does connect. Big Boss does close it out. Denies the reverse 3-0 from Ludo after making so much great adaptations. And what a back and forth game 5 on top of that.
Oh my goodness. The gyro play on both ends were crazy. Being able to dribble that back on. I love the little interaction where they're literally just catching and throwing it at each other over and over and over again.
Z-drops were coming through. The trade scenarios were coming through, confirming off the item trades as well. You love to see it. Both these players really playing their hearts out here. Ludo so close to getting that reverse through. I love the adjustments. I love the counter picks. And Big Boss even trying out the small battlefield counter pick, being like, hey, it did do its purpose, but I'm very comfortable here on the Hollow Bastion, right? Whenever you're up there on stage, you know, the nerves are coming through. And especially when you're looking down the barrel of a reverse 3-0, it gets a bit scary. So I think I said this earlier, very resilient player is Big Boss, and I think he showed that resilience right there in Game 5.
Yeah, Technology was able to push on through, and congratulations to Big Boss for winning that heart-thumping, heart-pumping set that everyone was reacting. You're literally hearing everyone just yelling like, oh my God, because
that was a great set.
The gyro confirms work.